Put up with that mighty cake, bitch, that mighty Drake. Right now, fire, it's up now. You bound to die. I just woke up, got bands today. What got rest today? Put up with that mighty cake.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Dirty South Podcast. It's your boy Headhunter Nick, and I'm back again with that boy Two Tone Zach.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, we're gonna have a crazy college football week, crazy NFL week. So, of course, we're gonna be covering that. It's playoff time for college football. A full round of the playoffs have been played, and we're pretty much at the next round now. So, got a lot to cover with that. Got some NFL stuff to cover as well, as I mentioned before. But yeah, man, how you been, dog? How you been?
I've been straight, man. You feel me? Just out here living, trying to maintain. You feel me? Nothing too much. How you been, cuz?
Sure, pretty much same thing. Yeah, finally got a new phone, man. I finally got me a new phone. I done had the same one for about 5 years, 6 years. It finally croaked out on me.
Damn, you had the same phone for 6 years?
I did.
Damn.
Cause it meant a lot. Cause it was the first phone that I personally bought.
Yeah.
I bought for myself, paid full price for it, paid for it straight up, man. It meant a lot, and I was like, shit, I'm gonna use this shit till the wheels fall off. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it till the wheels fall off, and it finally had got there. But man, this is a new world with this new phone, man. This is a new world over here, dog.
What kind of phone you got now?
I got a 14 now. Got a 14.
Okay, cool. That boy out there. Okay, cool.
14 had that XR. I had an XR for fucking 6 years, bro. Camera started fucking up.
Crazy enough, the XR was my second iPhone. My first ever iPhone I brought by myself, but my second one my dad brought for me. It was a red XR. I had the red XR motherfucker, and I rolled that bitch out for 3 years, and then the fucking inside of the battery port just stopped working, so I had to buy a new phone. But I definitely rode that bitch out for as long as I could, though.
Yeah, I definitely feel that, man. That XR, man. I think it was my second iPhone too. I had two iPhone 6s. I had two of those, and yeah, had one of them for a year. Then remember the iPhone 6s, them shits used to fuck up. Them shits used to fuck up all the time, man. I would never forget the day it happened too, bro. It was the day we were about to play y'all. It was the day we were about to play y'all.
Yeah.
Bro, put my phone on the charger. Bro, I literally unplugged it. All I saw was lines on the screen, bro. Cause it was one of them gas station chargers. Cause I just needed one, so I just went to the gas station to cop one. Man, I plugged the phone into it, and they've been working they've been working all day. Man, that one time I put it, it's right before the game too. Put that shit on the charger. Man, all I saw was lines on the screen. I unplugged that shit. I cut it off and cut it back on about 10 times, bro. That shit overheated and everything, bro. I was like, what the fuck?
Hey, bro, ain't no worse feeling than the first time your first phone ever broke. That shit is a crazy feeling, dog. Cause you don't know what you finna do. You don't know how you finna take back. My first phone broke. I had one of them Androids you get from Walmart, right?
Yeah.
And so the neighborhood I used to live in, we had a pool boy. His name was Mark Jr. because his dad was Mark Sr. Rest in peace to Mark Sr. By the way. So I challenged Mark Jr. to swimming competitions one time because I thought I could swim faster than him. I really thought I could. So I go down to the pool. He finna leave because it's raining and shit. But he like, man, you really want to do this competition? Yeah, he's like, yeah. So we get in the water. I take my shirt off and shit. He fucking dusts me. He was frustrated because he didn't want to do the race. Dusts me. We get out of the pool after the race. Nigga, I feel in my pockets and guess what's in that motherfucker?
Oh, no.
I never took my phone out of my pocket because the whole thing was rushed. So I got home. I tried to do the little rice trick. That shit did not work. I had to I had to tell my mama later that night, yeah, mama, my phone broke. I didn't get another phone until that happened in summer of 2016. I didn't get another phone until November 2017. So yeah,
Damn,
I went a minute without one. No, yeah.
man. I remember my first, cause I remember I was the Android kid until like my till like kind of the end of my sophomore year of high school. I was the Android kid. See, having the Android in middle school was all right. Back then, having the Android in middle school was all right. 2013, 2014, you can slide with an Android. Boy, when you hit 2015, 2016, and you hit high school, boy, your ass better had that damn iPhone 5 or
We
some shit,
better
bro.
had that, bro. So yo, I better had a damn iPhone. I never forget to it. One of the first girls I talked to in high school, bro. This is freshman year at Creek. She gave me her number, right? And I texted her, and it was green. So I seen her in the hallway. We was in the hallway switching classes, right? And I never forget, bro. My nigga Edgar. I'm gonna clip this shit at him so you can see this. My nigga Edgar walking. He not like walking with me, but he like over there, like close enough to where he can hear me if I say something. So old girl who give me her number while by, I said, yeah. Why your message is green? My nigga Edgar gonna say, cause she got an Android, dumbass. I said, what the
Oh man.
My
Oh
nigga said, cause she
shit.
got an Android, dumbass. I said, no. That made me not want to talk to her at that time. I realize how goofy that shit is now, but at the time, I'm like, Android?
Man, I remember, dog. Like, here's the thing. Like, I think it was like my freshman year of high school, bro. I had one of them bullshit like Androids. Like, it wasn't like a Samsung Galaxy or nothing, bro. You had a Samsung Galaxy back then. You were low key all right, bro. They were just kind of like,
Yeah.
all right, I got an Android, but it's like, hey, you know, they got the eye on you, bro. I had two bad Androids. I had one of them LG motherfuckers.
Oh, man, the LGs,
I had
too.
one of them LG, but here was the thing though. It was an Android that was built like an iPhone. So like, bro, I remember dropping a weight clip on it, and that shit damn near exploded, bro. Like, I'm in the weight room, bro, lifting this shit, bro. I pick up the weight clip, like the clip, bro. Like that shit ain't got no weight to it. Dropped it on the phone, bro. Nigga, all I see is shards of glass like everywhere. That shit broke worse than an iPhone, dog. That shit was a terrible fucking day, bro. And then I had a fucking ZTE. So like them ZTE shits, bro. I think I had like I shit you that I had like 8 gigs on that bitch, bro. Like I could download the fucking thing. So I would dead ass if I wanted to use Instagram or Snapchat, I'd have to pick one to download. I had to pick one. So I had to either download one or the other, or I had to like delete one to put the other one in, bro. Like,
Crazy
bro.
world we was living in, bro.
And bro, I ain't gonna never forget the day I dropped that shit in the hallway. I mean, 'cause you know the androids back then, bro. You already know. You already know. You dropped the androids back then, bro.
Hey, bro, you dropped your Android back in the day, nigga. That shit break in three pieces, gang.
Dog. Cause I would
Oh,
never forget it, bro.
no.
Like, shit, like, and it was just when I was starting to like, I felt like at least I felt like I really wasn't, but I started to feel like I was getting some kind of status and shit in high school, bro. I dropped that bit. It was everybody was in the hallway, I don't think it was a nigga who didn't see that shit, bro. I dropped that shit, bro. That bitch slid across the hallway, bro. Like, and here's the thing with Android batteries though. They don't just like, when the back came off, like, which is crazy enough, like the back coming off of the fucking phone when you drop it's already crazy.
It's
Like the
crazy.
battery coming out too. Like it didn't just kind of fall next to you, bro. Nah, bro, you dropped that shit, zoom, that bitch was out of there, bro. Bro,
You in the middle of the hallway trying to put your phone back together. That's crazy work, bro. Nigga over there like, God
nigga.
damn it, I hate this damn phone. That shit
Nigga, bro, niggas playing soccer with that shit, bro. Like that shit got kicked around the hallway so much, bro.
Hey,
Bro,
bro.
like it took me
Anytime.
like a solid 5 minutes to finally get the battery back, bro. And then I had to reattach the shit together, bro. Like dog, I dead ass almost didn't go to practice after that, bro. Like I almost just
I
went
feel
home, bro. I almost called my mom on that bullshit ass phone and be like, hey,
you.
I ain't gonna lie, please come pick me up. Please come
That's
pick me
crazy
up.
work, man. Android had niggas out there struggling, boy. I tell you.
Like, dog. But when I got that first iPhone, like the end of my sophomore year, beginning of my junior year of high school, boy, you could tell me shit, dog. You could tell me a fucking thing.
Oh God, nigga, really, me personally, really, I can be told sick because I brought that bitch straight birthday cash money on their ass. You feel me? And that was my first iPhone. It was an iPhone SE just like this one. This is the 2023 SE, but it was a small little SE just like this one, the 2017 version. And well, I rocked that motherfucker out for real for like 2-3 years. Damn, I guess I'm not really rocking a phone out if it's only 2 years, but to me that is because I switch phones every 2 years. So if I keep a phone longer than 2 years or 2 years exactly, to me I rock that bitch out.
Yeah, man. Like, shit, I ain't gonna never, man. I ain't gonna lie, that job at Dunkin' Donuts saved my ass, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that little job I had at Dunkin'
The one
Donuts.
across from Walmart.
Nah, the one on Indian Trail in Norcross,
Oh, the
boy.
one on Indian Trail. Okay.
Hell yeah. That ghetto ass Dunkin' Donuts, bro. That shit was ghetto as fuck. But dog, I'm telling you, bro, them checks came in. When you ain't had no bills, bro, you got no bills to pay. You ain't got shit to pay for, bro. A $250 check, bro. That shit go a long way when you 15,
Yeah, when
16
you
years old,
15,
bro.
16, bro. Hell yeah, nigga, bro. My first goddamn work check I ever got, I was 17 years old, just turned 17. I was working at Big Dave's Cheesesteak over there in Doraville, nigga. My first paycheck ever, I swear to God. We could clip the pay stub in this motherfucker was $1,600, nigga. $1,600, bro. My first ever paycheck I ever got to my like account, bro. Nigga, I went up, bro. I went up to my manager because that shit hit my account while I was in work. I went up to my manager. I said, bro, can I call my mom right quick, bro? Like, you would have thought a nigga hit for 16 million game, but I seen
This
that
nigga
shit.
thought he won a championship. This nigga thought he got drafted. He said,
Bro,
"Can I please call my mama real
I
quick?"
said, hey, bro, I said, his name John, but shout out to John at Big Dave Cheese. Says, you did some foul shit, but shout out to you, though. But I went up to that nigga. I said, yeah, can I go? Can I step outside and call my mom right quick? Nigga, that's 1,600 in my account. I thought I was that nigga, dog. I thought I was that nigga, man. So yeah, bro, definitely them high school paychecks when you don't got no bills and shit.
Yeah,
You
man.
stretch them motherfuckers and do whatever with them.
Like, dog, like, well, speaking of payment, man, we're gonna go ahead and move on to college football. We're gonna move on to somebody who you
That
couldn't
nigga
throw a
said, speaking
completion
of payment,
in that game against Penn State, Kevin Jennings. Oh man, I hate to do it to you, my brother. Oh, dog. Like, you can't throw 3 picks that quickly in a game. Like all first half, first quarter, if I'm not mistaken, against Penn State. Um, yeah, it was just one of them games where SMU's defense was really holding it down. Like they
they
really
were.
were. They held it down as long as they could. Um, but SMU's offense legitimately could not get going. No matter how many breaks that the defense would give them or the Penn State offense would give them, the SMU offense, like, they couldn't get anything going. And ultimately, that was going to be their demise. When you're going against a team that is quote unquote better than you, you gotta you gotta just execution is key. But when you do get opportunities to put the ball in the end zone, you get opportunities to score, you get crazy opportunities to, you know, get to a lead, add to a lead or whatever. You got to do it. You got to do it, and that's ultimately what caused the game to go the way it did.
Yeah. I was watching that game in pure disgust, actually, because I'm an Ohio State fan, so I hate Penn State. And although I do believe in conference supremacy, like of course I want the Big Ten to look like the best conference every year. Just for SMU to perform like that is bad, and it was especially bad for me because I'm in a big Ohio State group chat, and in that group chat after the Michigan loss, whenever we would discuss, who could possibly be our next head coach, I brought up Brett Lashley's name, and they fucking ripped me when I first said it. So I was like, "Oh, y'all watch, he gonna win the ACC championship, and I'm gonna shut all you motherfuckers up." The niggas lost the ACC championship. And I was like, "Okay, cool. I bet he beat Penn State though. I bet Brett Lashley beat Penn State." Goes out there, gets destroyed. Kevin Jennings. I mean, my boy Nick probably could have went out there and had a better or similar game to Kevin Jennings. I mean, like you said, you can't throw 3 picks that quickly. and you definitely can't let two of them go for six, man. I mean, them pick sixes was Penn State's only first half offense.
Yeah, like those were legitimately the only points that Penn State had in the first half were off of two pick sixes, and I know the score was 38-10, but take those two pick sixes away, and it's still a competitive ball game. Hell,
Mm-hmm.
take those pick sixes and turn them into touchdowns for yourself.
Right.
That's a 28-point swing right there.
Mm-hmm.
They lost by 28 points. I mean, for fuck's sake. I mean, shit. I mean, there it is right there. You
Right.
know,
Like we at least going to overtime
yeah. You
at
at
that
least get the
point.
battle in overtime now. I don't know how it goes, and I don't know how that would have went, but it's a 28-point swing right there. Instead of you, and you got to remember when this happened. This happened at the beginning of the game, by the way. This is the tone-setting part of the game. No pun intended. But you go up 14-0 instead of being down 14-0. That 28-point swing right there. You turn those two picks into touchdowns. You're up 14-0, but instead you're down 14-0 to start the game off
Right.
against a
And you
team
didn't
that
have to be.
against a team that's quote unquote better than you, a more storied program. It's things like that. But once you go up on them like that, Penn State, they done lost games this year. To them it's like, well, shit. Hey, we in a battle. Hey, you gotta remember, you're putting Penn State's offense in a bind because, well, they already have Drew Eller at quarterback, which is already a bind. But like, even with that, you're making Drew Aller beat you. They can't depend on Nick Singleton. They can't depend on Katron Allen. Their running game, they have to throw the ball a little bit more because it's like, damn, we gotta fight, we gotta get this lead back. But that didn't happen. The defense was already up 14-0 before Nick Singleton and Katron Allen really got going.
Right. Yeah, that was a bad football game, man. That was a bad football game for SMU and just a bad showing of what they accomplished this year because now they're not going to be remembered for the 11 wins they had this season. They're going to be remembered for finishing the season 0-2 against superior opponents in the way they lost against Penn State. So just a shame for those fans, man. But hey, we get another season is ahead now. So you look forward to what can be next year. But that was definitely a poor showing of what they've accomplished this year.
Yeah, definitely. Um, but moving on, Texas beats Clemson 38-24. I didn't really watch a whole bunch of this game,
I did. I watched the whole game.
but I was expecting Clemson's defense to put up more of a fight than what they did. I know when they go against decent offenses, sometimes they do fold. I mean, that's the truth. They fold sometimes. Look at game one against Georgia. I mean, they got slaughtered in every which way possible. Like, when you got fucking Landon Humphrey scoring touchdowns on you and Cash Jones doing flips in the end zone, I mean, you ain't stopping a fucking thing,
Right.
really.
You're not stopping anything. And
But
that defense is supposed to be one of the best in the country.
yeah, 100%. But Texas came out there. I mean, I remember they just came off another loss against Georgia,
Hmm.
SEC championship game. So now they're like, well, we got to take our anger out on somebody. We still got a playoff game.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and bomb Clemson real quick. And that was their mentality coming into the game, and that's what they did. I'm gonna let you do more of the talking since you actually saw the game. But
Yeah. From what I watched, I'm not gonna lie. Texas didn't come out like a team that was pissed off, right? They kind of just coasted by that game, and that's why it got within one possession towards the end. I got to give props to Clemson, though, a team who I personally thought had no, even though I did end up picking them to beat Texas, they still had no business actually being in the playoffs with three losses. I mean, you get your ass whooped at home by Louisville, you get your ass whooped by UGA to start the season, and then you lose to South Carolina. You shouldn't have been in the playoffs, but because of a auto bid, you got saved. Um, but I do give props to Clemson for having the closest game of the playoff when they had no business making it in there, in my opinion. So Texas run game looked the most legit it probably has all season against Clemson, and that's scary if you're a Arizona State fan. That's scary if you're an Oregon fan, and it's scary if you're an Ohio State fan because you're one of the three teams that will possibly have to play them in this playoff run. If Texas' run game is going like that with Isaiah Bond coming back and being healthy, I I'm scared to play them if that's how they're playing with that run game. But they didn't look like a team out there motivated and pissed off. Like I said, they kind of just coasted by that game. They didn't really take control of it.
Yeah. Like I said, I didn't see a whole lot of the game. I kind of saw bits and pieces sporadically throughout and saw the highlights. But yeah, like I said, I personally just expected Clemson to put up a better fight. But then again, when you mentioned that they had 3 losses and got saved by an auto bid, it's like, well, why did I expect them to put up a better fight? They did get their ass whooped by Louisville, got blasted by UGA, and then lost to South Carolina. So yeah, and that was I thought Clemson was gonna beat South Carolina. Personally, but hey, it is what it is. But moving on to, oh man, the biggest ass whipping of the first round. Ohio State, I mean, they straight up Austin 316 Tennessee right here. 42-17 was the final. I did watch this game, and like I said, ain't much to say. I mean, this was a straight up and down ass whooping front, back, and side to side. I mean, Tennessee did not stand a fucking chance. And yeah, I'll 100% admit, I thought Tennessee was gonna win the game. I would 100% thought that because yeah, I saw what Michigan did to Ohio State. Yeah, I 100% saw that. But with Tennessee and how they played Georgia, I base it off of how they played Georgia. They played a bunch of other teams too. It's cold weather, which it's Knoxville, Tennessee. I don't know why that was a whole thing. Knoxville, Tennessee gets cold. All right, it gets the same type of cold that Ohio does, and I mean that shit. I've been in both. All right, it does. But yeah, one thing about Tennessee was that I thought they were going to depend heavier on the run game with Dylan Sampson and simply just running, just trying to out physical Ohio State. And they kind of tried it, but bottom line is Ohio State, they knocked the shit out of them. I mean, you hear about Tennessee practicing indoors all week. You hear about that. I'm like, okay, that's soft as shit. Because at the time it was the same temperature as it was going to be in Columbus. So I'm thinking, all right, if they practice outside, they get accustomed, start getting accustomed to it when game time comes along. They're kind of like, hey, we've been in this before. These niggas practicing indoors, from what I hear. They practicing indoors, indoor facility, heater on, and shit. Nico got to have special pants. See that fucking Cali shit. He got to have special pants. He got to have this. He got to have his own seat, heated bench. And of course, I didn't hear about that till after the game. But if I had known that before, I would 100% would have changed my prediction because that's got to be the most pussy made shit I ever seen right there. I mean, I gotta have, special linen in my fucking pants,
Yeah, linen lined pants. He had the linen hand warmer. It was great.
I'm like, man, and you did all that and still got the shit knocked out of you regardless. Like you still got to go out there in the cold eventually and play. Like none of that shit saved you. But yeah, the man, he got hit. Dylan got hit. Ohio State, finally, for the first time that I ever see, played with some physicality. They played with a bunch of physicality in this game. I mean, hell, where the hell was that? 2 weeks ago against Michigan. Well, it's now been a month, but where the hell that was against Michigan, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, like Coach 30 said, they must have added squabble period to practice. And they knocked shit out Tennessee. I mean, that was all there was to it. And then the offense, Jeremiah Smith,
That was
hell, it was a pity party.
all
Yeah, that man was
SEC
flipping and
corner.
sliding everywhere to the end zone. It was real simple.
Yeah. For one, as an Ohio State fan, I just want to say I was very proud of that performance. It was probably one of our best performances to date in the Ryan Day era. Um, I never doubted my guys against Tennessee. I knew we were going to win. I knew the game wasn't going to be close. I said it on here; it wasn't going to be close. I was telling anybody who would listen that the game wouldn't be close. Why did I say that? Because Ryan Day is Mr. Bounce Back. He knows how to bounce back. It's what he does. It's what he has done. That's why I knew this Ohio State team was going to be dangerous after we lost to Michigan. Because Ryan Day, that's what he does. He gets these guys fired up to bounce back. And they came out and they put belt to ass. Oh my God. From the starting kickoff, it was belt to ass. Will Howard looked the best he's looked all season. Um, Jeremiah Smith looked good. Just, it was a great performance. I don't want to fantasize too much about it because we got something much bigger coming in 48 hours, literally. So I'm not going to harp on that Tennessee win because it can mean nothing in literally 48 hours. That win can mean nothing. So, great win, great team win, great culture win, great win for the fan base because we needed that shit. I mean, it was looking bleak. So yeah, good job, Buckeyes.
Yeah, great game out of Ohio State. Moving on to the in-state battle, which funny enough is not a rivalry, but Notre Dame and Indiana went head to head. Georgia's next opponent, Notre Dame.
Yeah,
Um,
really, I
yeah,
thought we
Notre
was
Dame.
gonna skip this game. I mean, shit, Indiana was ass. Notre Dame is ass too, but Indiana was worse.
Yeah, it was really that simple. That was as simple as it could get right there. And I know it was a 27-17 game, but the game was not as close as depicted.
Definitely
But
not.
yeah, Notre Dame played an okay game.
They
You
played
know,
okay, and defense played great.
Indiana played like ass until the final 5 minutes of the game. You know,
Which is
to
what they do. They did the same thing against Ohio State. They didn't score the whole first half, and then they want to put up a touchdown and 2-point conversion at the end.
they made it look close though. They made it look close though. Future generations will see that and be like, "Damn, y'all put up a fight in y'all first year in the college football playoff." Damn, Kurt, you put up a fight your first year. But yeah, that's that from round one. Going down the list again, that'll be Penn State. Penn State with the win, Texas with the win, Ohio State with the win, and Notre Dame also with the win. They all will be moving on. The losers, SMU, Clemson, Tennessee, and Indiana, their seasons are now over. The quarterfinal, the next round, that is happening within the next couple days.
Yep, tomorrow and
Um,
Wednesday.
we got Penn State and Boise State in the Fiesta Bowl. We got Texas and Arizona State in the Peach Bowl here in Atlanta. Ohio State and Oregon in the Rose Bowl out there in Pasadena. Then you got Notre Dame and Georgia in the Sugar Bowl at
Out
the
there in
Old
the
Dome.
boot, baby.
So, yeah, I think this round, we're gonna see way better games by a long shot. Cause that first round, the teams I expected to put up more of a fight didn't. Oh, and before we move on, all y'all Alabama fans out there who still bitching about not getting in, all right. Cause the whole claim is, oh, we would have did better. We if they put us in, we would have did better. Would you? Let's actually be real here. Let's actually be real here. You can say all day that you're better, but the reason why you're saying you're better is because the coach last year. The last coach is why y'all are saying y'all would do better. That's the exact reason. The shit y'all did the past 20 years is the only reason y'all are saying y'all would have did better. But this year's Alabama team, y'all can claim up and down, scream and holler all day that y'all would have done better. But would you? Would you? You let two teams who were barely, and I mean barely by the skin of their teeth, bowl eligible, you let Vanderbilt beat you. And in Oklahoma, the other barely bowl eligible team, they beat the fucking shit out of you. I mean, they beat your ass now. held your ass to 3 points, 24-3. 3 now. We're talking about a field goal that by some miracle by Alabama, because we know Alabama tradition, by some miracle y'all fucking made the kick. Because since y'all want to use the past all the fucking time, let's use it here too. But yeah, there was no reason Alabama should have gotten in. Even if you put Alabama, whose place would they have been in? Like Indiana's or some shit?
They would have been in Indiana's place, and I think you can make the argument that offense plays Notre Dame's defense better than Indiana did, though, right?
The offense does, yeah. But then again, is that a fact? Look what Oklahoma did to them.
This is true.
We're talking about 3 points they scored. It feels
all right. What if we put them in Clemson's spot? You think they'd do better against Texas?
Probably not.
What if we put them in Tennessee's spot? Do they play Ohio State better?
Maybe.
Oh, I'm saying you got to.
I think here's the thing, though. I think they do. I don't think it's much better. I really don't think it's much better.
So 24-42 instead of 17-42.
Exactly. I mean, you took the words out of my mouth. It would have been 42-44 instead of 42-17. We're talking one more touchdown they might have scored. All right, and I'm being real. I'm just straight up being real. They might not have gave up 42, but then again, who the fuck is guarding Jeremiah on the Alabama defense? Who's doing it?
This is very true.
Let an Alabama fan in the comments tell me who the fuck is guarding Jeremiah. All right. And I'm telling you, just try it. Just try it. But yeah, you shouldn't have got in. Hate to break it to you. Don't lose the 2 6-6 teams. All right.
Don't lose the 2 6-6 teams.
And he lost to an additional team on top of that.
You lose on the road to Tennessee.
Yeah. Exactly. You lost to a team who got in.
And for all intents and purposes, should have lost to UGA.
And should have lost to UGA, exactly. But was literally, if literally anybody else is our quarterback, we probably win that game. We probably end up making the craziest comeback in college football history and winning that game. But hey, fuck it. Moving on to the actual quarterfinal. So, starting off with predictions, Penn State and Boise State in the Fiesta Bowl. All right, who you got?
I got Penn State coming out on top in a very low-scoring game. I think that Penn State's front seven is going to give Boise State's O-line and that running back room all they can get, and I think Drew Allard will handle it. I think he can handle his own against that Boise State defense.
Here's what I'll say. Because there's a lot of people, because this is like one of the first games where it's like really 50-50 on that I've actually seen as far as people go. Mm-hmm. I know the casual football mind is saying, hey, go Penn State. They're, the bigger tradition, the bigger team, they're in the Big Ten, bigger conference, and Boise's in the Mountain West. I'll put it to you like this. Boise's one loss on the year is a loss by 3 points to the number one team in the country. Mm-hmm. They're 11 Boise's 12-1 actually, yeah.
12-1.
They're 12-1. Their one loss is to the number one team in the country by 3 points via kick return. They gave up a kick return, and I think they gave up a punt return as well in that game. All right. Literally, somebody makes a tackle on that kick return, and bro, if somebody out of that 11 makes a tackle on that kick return, somebody stays in their fucking lane and doesn't get allowed a kick return. This is an undefeated Boise team that has beat the number one team in the country.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're talking about the field goal that they lost by. Yeah, you can say they, the Mountain West is this, the Mountain West is that. Yeah, okay, you can say that. But there's also another factor, all right? We know Ashton Gentry's over there, all right?
Yeah.
We know Penn State does have a front seven, all right? But as long as James Franklin is the head coach at Pennsylvania State University, he gonna call. You would think that he's gonna scheme up all the right shit to stop Boise. You would think that, all right? I can see him fucking this up too, all right? That's what he does in big games. He fucks shit up. That's what he does. All right. Every Ohio State game, he's fucking something up. You know, a lot of Michigan games, he's fucking something up. That's James Franklin to a T. And here's another thing that we can also say. Football is not played on paper. We can sit here and say all day that Penn State's front seven is this. They could put them in a 8-man, 9-man, 10-man box all they want to. And yeah, on paper that shit will work. But the game ain't played on paper. These are human beings playing. Put 8 in the box. Let everybody hit the gap perfectly. Everybody hit their right gaps, play the right assignment. Y'all still gotta get that nigga on the ground. Regardless of how well y'all scheme this shit up, y'all still gotta get that nigga on the ground. That ain't no easy task. That is not an easy task. I mean, we're talking about, let's be real, this is the modern day version of Herschel Walker right here. All right, this is the modern day version. This man's facing 8-man boxes, 9-man boxes, 10-man boxes, and still running for 170, 180 yards a game. All right. Everybody knows what they're running. They're 12-1, and everybody knows what they're running, and they still can't stop it. And by the way, Ashton's pissed because he didn't win the Heisman. So not only do you have somebody who's already hard to tackle, but he's hard to tackle. Now he's pissed. Now he's mad at y'all niggas. now he got something to prove on top of that, and a record to break. That's why, hey, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm side with Boise on this one. I think that's my one absolutely crazy hot take. I'm actually gonna take Boise in this game, and Boise's defense is also, I think they're a little bit better than people give them credit for, in my opinion. But you got good on good and then ass on ass. That's the real. When you talk about the offenses and defenses, you got a good Penn State defense playing a good Boise offense. Then you got a ass Penn State offense playing a somewhat shitty Boise State defense. So, I'm gonna give Boise the nod in that one. But moving on to the Peach Bowl, Texas and Arizona State. Originally, I had Arizona State. Crazy enough, I had Arizona State in this game because I thought Isaiah Bond wasn't gonna play, and I was like, okay, it's Cam. Texas already ain't the best tackling team. Cam Scatterboo gonna have the day of his life. But then I found out Isaiah Bond is playing. So in that case, I am picking the Texas Longhorns to beat Arizona State. I just think they're gonna outscore them. I don't think Texas defense is gonna stop Scat at all. I don't think they're gonna do that. I don't think they stop. But I think Isaiah Bond. I think Texas offense is just ultimately going to outscore Arizona State. And that Big 12 defense that they have. That Pac-12 to Big 12 defense that they have. So,
the mix is crazy.
So, yeah, I'm definitely stick with that. What about you?
I'm gonna go Texas here. Not too much that needs to be explained. I just think Texas is overall a better team. And I've said it this whole week. I'm going to keep saying it. In every game, I'm taking the favorite.
All right. Ohio State and Oregon rematch in the Rose Bowl out in Pasadena. Oregon won the first game. I believe it was 32-31.
Yep.
Was the final. 1-point win for Oregon over Ohio State in game 1. This is now the second matchup of the season. This time in a playoff game. Obviously, you don't know who you're picking in this one, since you are an Ohio State fan. The reason I am going to side with Oregon.
Oh no, Nick.
The reason why I'm going to side with Oregon in this one.
I just want him to pick Ohio State in a big game on stream or on video just one time. He's never done it. He's never ever picked Ohio State here on the podcast. But I digress.
Because fuck them. That's why. Ohio State, Oregon. Oregon. I just think that it's not really the front seven that I'm worried. It's really the back. It's the back half of the defense, secondary for Ohio State. And that's what Oregon kind of really, tore apart in game
Yeah.
one. I know Ohio State is going to make some adjustments in that game. Still not going to stop Oregon from scoring. They're going to score regardless. All right, you know the Oregon offense is they operate real smooth. They're good. I mean, it's that simple. They're fucking good. And I just don't think Ohio State's secondary is just going to be enough to fully stop Oregon. Slow them down at best, maybe. But as far as stopping them, I don't see it. Because they're the one team where it's like, you can't really blitz them. You can send all the people you want at them, but it's like, damn, they got quick game adjustments, ready for that. They got running backs that, good at catching out the backfield. They got quick game receivers who can make plays in space. It's just a lot, in my opinion, for Ohio State to just really have to deal with. As far as them stopping the run, I think they'll be okay with that. Yeah, I think they'll be okay with stopping the run. But like, my concern is the back half and the secondary for Oregon, as far as Oregon's offense going against Ohio State's defense. But the other way around, I just don't see Ohio State's offense having, unless they just start spamming at Jeremiah Smith on like go routes. But that's the thing, though. This is a Dan Lanning coach team. The man was a defensive coordinator at Georgia. All right, he's gonna send pressure. He's gonna send a hell of a lot of pressure.
I'll say this: we scored 31 on them the first time. What's stopping us? And that was in that crazy Autzen home field environment. I don't see anything stopping us from scoring 40 and 70 degrees in Pasadena, where we'll have a 55 fan split in favor of us. I don't see nothing stopped us from scoring 31. I don't see anything stopping us from scoring 31 again in this game. Or
That's the
40.
thing. I just think it's going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be a shootout that overall, I think Oregon's going to win because I see Will Howard having one too many fuck ups in the game. Both quarterbacks are going. Don't get me wrong. Both quarterbacks are going to fuck up. That's almost a given. All right. But the tendency I have seen in Will Howard in the games that Ohio State has lost, he's like Josh Allen his rookie year in the NFL. A lot of times he runs when he should stay back and throw. That he throws when he should, probably take off and run. And it's like trying to decipher which is best. Against an Oregon defense that's pretty fucking physical. I mean, that, for a Pac-12 team coming into the Big Ten, it's Dan Lanning, I know, came from Georgia. They like to hit. And one thing about Will Howard that we saw in that Michigan game is that boy don't like getting hit, man. He sure as hell don't. He don't like getting hit. When Makari Page knocked the shit out of him in the Michigan game, he was done. I mean, I sat there and watched that whole game start to finish. Will Howard could not function anymore after that. Like, he legitimately was like, he was out there. but his ass was fucked. His ass was fucked up. He didn't know where he was. But then when you got them Oregon linebackers who like to hit and shit like that, is he really going to be willing to take off if he gets tagged one good time? Is he going to stay back? Is he going to stay back? And throw the football. Will he even have time to stay back and throw? So I just think Will Howard's just going to make one too many bad decisions in the game, in a shootout type of game. So I think Oregon's just ultimately going to outlast them in that sense.
Nick, let me tell you, man. I don't gotta tell you. I'm gonna just say this, right? I feel like we could play them the exact same we played them the first time, minus Denzel Burke giving up almost 200 yards and 2 touchdowns, and beat them by 2 touchdowns. We don't have to do anything different but cover better, right? And luckily for us, we've made adjustments since the Oregon game. No team that we played since the Oregon game has scored a passing touchdown on us. Right? That was in October. So we played 7 games since then. We won 7 games, no passing touchdowns allowed. Part of that is due to some of the adjustments we made with our personnel. Jermaine Matthews plays a lot more now, which he should have been doing that. Our defensive coordinator, his Rose Bowl press conference, he said he doesn't know why Jermaine Matthews didn't get to play in the Rose Bowl. I mean, in the first round when we played them. Um, so yeah, personnel changes, adjustment changes with our scheme. I think the Buckeyes are going to be motivated. I think they're going to roll. It's hard to beat the same team twice. I got the Buckeyes winning by double digits, man.
Cause I'm just looking at y'all's schedule now since Oregon, and as far y'all, cause you mentioned not giving up a passing touchdown since then. All right, Nebraska, they got a freshman playing quarterback. And throwing wise, he's okay, not great. Penn State, a running team. Purdue,
They put up 500 yards on Oregon, though.
Which one? Penn State?
Penn State, yeah.
Then you got Purdue, who's now a basketball school.
Been a basketball school.
Yeah. You got Northwestern, who,
Academic school, no sport. They're known for.
They exist for some reason. Indiana, where
top 5 passing offense going.
That was legitimate, yeah. Michigan running team, they had to walk on. They got a walk on quarterback. They averaged 30 yards a game passing. And Tennessee, who from one way or the other, they from what I've seen, they like to run, and Nico's also a freshman not a freshman, but Nico, what is he like a first year starter?
Yeah, he a redshirt freshman.
Yeah. So, like I said, Dylan Gabriel, on the other hand, is a whole different animal. Than
he is a whole different animal. He is the best quarterback that we're going to face in this stretch. I'm just saying, if what we've done right there was so easy, we wouldn't be the only team in that amount of time to have done it.
Possibly. But moving on to Notre Dame and Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. Georgia Bulldogs are without Carson Beck at quarterback.
Without Carson Beck at quarterback.
But we do have Gunnar Stockton, or as a friend of ours likes to call him for some reason.
Some odd fucking reason.
For some reason, he calls him the Raven County racist. Oh, my goodness. But Gunnar Stockton out of Tiger, Georgia, up there in the mountains of Raven County, a county that borders 2 fucking states, which is outrageous. All right. You could dead ass go to North Carolina or South Carolina, depending on how you feel. But yeah, we're talking about a Georgia high school legend. I mean, up there in the ranks of Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence, as far as like passing stats go. But he's up there like rushing stats too. Like, this man was like Jaden Daniels at LSU. Like, the fucker was throwing for 350 a game and running for 250 at the same time. So that now obviously this is college and not 3A Georgia football.
Gotta take that into account.
But it is an adjustment. It's not his first year in college. He has gotten some playing time in blowout games. But with Gunnar Stockton, what I saw in the SEC championship game, the thing I like about him, because the thing with Georgia is, if we're ever gonna win anything, shit you not, we need a dual threat. We always need a dual threat quarterback. DJ Shockley back in the day, we won an SEC title, with DJ Shockley. Then you got, Stetson Bennett, dual threat. We need somebody who can run out of the bullshit that Mike Bobo calls. If Aaron Murray could run in 2012, we might beat Alabama in that SEC championship game, and then we go on to the Natty and beat the hell out of Notre Dame. If Aaron Murray could fucking run. But if he I think he runs a 5.2 maybe back then. He probably ran a 5.2, so that couldn't happen. Mike Bobo is going to call some stupid shit in this game. All right. That's just coming from a Georgia fan. He's going to call the dumbest shit imaginable. First down, inside run, second down screen. you know. But at least we have a guy now where Bobo does cause some stupid shit. He can take off and run.
Yeah.
All right. Let the wrong receiver, Arian Smith, be the only one open. He can take off and run. You know what I'm saying? You know, receivers. You know, you're playing order. You know, this is a game where, like, please, I'm begging y'all, get on the jug machine. I'm fucking begging y'all, get on the jug machine. Do push-ups on your knuckles, push-ups on your fingertips. Fuck something. All right, cause y'all fucking suck. Okay, I'm just gonna straight up say it. All right, y'all suck. All right, y'all some of the best route runners I ever seen. No bullshit. Y'all some of the best route runners I ever seen. But when Cash Jones, our running back, has the best hands on the team, we have a fucking problem. All right. Odds are we ain't gonna win too many games when Cash Jones is our best receiver on the team.
Yeah.
But somehow we did. Running game. We need Trevor to, every week it's something with him. You know, ribs this, ankle that. It's always something with Trevor. We need him to run hard at these guys. We need him to run hard. Shoot him up with some shit. Let him go. All right. Nate Frazier, hold on to the fucking football, please. I know it's like rocket science to you to hang on to the football. I know it is, but please do it. Look, keep two hands on it. Literally, read the gaps, read the hole, let the lane open up. Hit the lane with both hands on the football. Do the cross arm technique if you have to. 5 points the cross arm, because you need that extra arm. Your ass can't hit the hole with just the 5 points of pressure. Your ass need that other arm. Go in there, lean in, run behind your pads, and until you hit open ass space, do not take that other arm off the ball. Do not take that other arm off of it. Keep both hands on the football. Come hell or high water, please. All right. Branson Robinson or Broderick Robinson, one of y'all. All right. You know, we need something more than, a 1.5 yard gain every time y'all get the ball. All right. Or it's either a 2 yard game or a 4 yard loss with y'all. Like, I've never seen running backs where it's like dead ass one or the other. You either gain 2 or lose 4. It is each and every time. But please, I know some of y'all are banged up. I know y'all are hurt. But it's time to, like, if you want to be a champion, you got to play through it. It's that simple. You sincerely have to play through it. You got to toughen up. Know the hits are coming. But, it's a mentality. How bad do you want to win? How bad do you want to win a national championship?
Yep.
So, sometimes you got to run through pain. You got to, have some toughness about you. As far as the Georgia defense goes, run fits. We got to have run fits. I know our defensive tackle hit the transfer portal. Not like he was doing much of shit anyway. But, hey, we got to clog up these lanes. We cannot give Jeremiah Love a fucking free way to run down.
Yeah.
He's fast. All right. He's technically sound and he's good.
He's athletic.
You hit him. Put pads on him now. All right. Riley Leonard. He's going to run. All right. And like I said, of course I got Georgia winning the game, right? Of course I do. But
Of course he does. You got to have your team winning the game.
Here's how I think this is going to go down. I already told this to Zach. All right. Here's how this is going to go down. And y'all can quote me on this. This may happen to a team. Riley Leonard's going to run, all right? First time he runs, he may get a pretty decent to large gain. 5 to 10 yards. Probably between 5 and 15 yards. Second time he going to carry, he going to pick up a shit ton of yards. We're talking 20, 30. He going to pick it up. Third and fourth time is going to be kind of in between, he might get about 2 here, about 4 there. But that 5th or 6th time, he gonna run at the worst possible time, and that's when Dan Jackson's on the field. He gonna take off running. Dan ain't no pussy now. As we've seen, that man fears no man. All right, that guy fears no man. Riley Leonard go get a little too ahead of himself. Oh yeah, I'm gonna run on over here. I'll run up in here. Pow is all you gonna hear. All right, you just gonna hear metal. Just all you gonna hear is fucking metal. It might be a debatable targeting penalty with how hard Dan Jackson gonna hit him.
Let
And
the
when Notre
hateable
Dame, I
target
haven't seen
identity
Notre
is
Dame
crazy.
players get hit. That gold paint, that actual gold paint. Every time they get hit, the fucking paint chips explode everywhere. It happens almost every time they get hit for real. All you're gonna see is all you're gonna hear is a clack, and then you're just gonna see gold shards going everywhere. Riley Leonard has now become a one-dimensional player after that. now he's gonna become a pocket passer so quick after that, to where come hell or hot water, he gonna stay in that pocket. Then that's when Jalen Walker start getting to him. You know, that's when our pass rush starts getting to him. That's when C.J. Allen may break in for a sack. All right, that's how the defense has to play this. Back in Malachi Starks, Dalen Everett, we need you to have a good game. We need you. Hey, you been getting better. You've been teeing up lately. You were on my shit list for the longest.
The SEC Defensive Player of the Game, man.
Yeah, I mean you were on my shit list for the longest. And I know cover two, you got outside leverage, with some help over the middle, but you got to find a way. If they're running slants, we got to find a way. We got to find a way to stop it. If they we can't give up every slant that's thrown. Just because you played outside leverage will help.
Right.
You can't do that. On the other end, who they got? Is it Daniel? They probably got Daniel Harris on the other end. Hey, you can't play like a freshman.
Yeah.
Yeah, has got to play some good defense, but that's all I need out of the team for real. And Jeremiah Love, C.J. Allen, the whole entire front seven. I mean, once y'all know what to run, go ahead and smack the shit out of him, or go ahead and light his ass up. He's one of those guys where you hit him, he ain't gonna go no. He's done. He's not real functional after he gets hit hard enough times. But also with Notre Dame, the Northern Illinois loss is gonna catch up to him, and I think this is the week it does.
I don't think so, man. I think Notre Dame got a secret weapon on their hand, which is the Georgia Tech tape. They're a similar team to Georgia Tech and how they run their offense, just with a defense that's 50 times better. So I think they try to replicate what Georgia Tech did on offense. They play y'all with that better defense. I think this is going to sound crazy, but I think they win by 2 possessions in a very low scoring game. So maybe
Yeah,
like 13-3 or 20-10 or something like that.
yeah, crazy as hell. But yeah, that's crazy as fuck. Because here's the thing, if they look at that Georgia Tech tape, hey, see Dan up there? Hey, we can try this RPO all day. Y'all look out for 17 now, cause they ain't gonna block him. All right, let's be real. There's not a receiver in the country that's gonna block Dan Jackson.
I mean, hey, what my boy Hayes King was running through him, wasn't he?
Not him.
Not Dan Jackson.
Hell no. Dan Jackson, the reason we won the game, he knocked the shit out of him and he fumbled.
This is facts.
Hit his ass in the fucking sternum and his ass fumbled the football. Tore them ribs up. Ball popped out. Riley Leonard, in my opinion, I don't think, he's as tough as Haynes King. He's bigger and stronger, sure.
You talking about a guy who willed his team to a dub on a broken leg last year with Duke, though.
Don't give a fuck about no fucking Duke, nigga. Fuck. No, you play an SEC team now.
Sleep on him.
Haynes King couldn't throw the fucking football. This man's arm was in a sling like the week before. Like, dog, this dude is running with no arm and leading with his arms, through contact and playing an 8 overtime game. Shit. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. But yeah, ultimately, personally, I got Georgia winning. Probably about 2 possessions, because I could also see Riley Leonard making a bad decision with the football, and we probably take it back for 6, because for some reason with Georgia, that always happens in a playoff game. So,
all right, y'all. So what punishment? So Nick put his picks in. I put my picks in. We out of the 4 games, we got 3 opposite picks. So y'all should come up with a punishment for the loser of this week's playoff pick'em. Y'all should come up with a punishment. We're gonna ask on Instagram too. Whoever loses, because I got Ohio State, Penn State, Notre Dame, and Texas. He has Boise, Oregon, Texas, and UGA.
yeah.
Yeah, so whoever got the better score, man, y'all help us come up with a punishment that the loser has to do on video, man. You with that?
Fuck it. We'll do it.
Let's do it, man. So yeah, we're gonna post that on Instagram and see what y'all think, man. It's gonna be a great week though.
Yep. But unfortunately, we do have to cut it short. Um, the NFL talk. I guess I can just run down it as fast as humanly possible, real quick. Chiefs dominate the Steelers 29-10 on Christmas. Ravens they blow out the Texans 31-2. Seahawks beat the Bears 6-3 in a fucking snooze fest. Chargers they demolished the
Wait, did you
Patriots.
say 6-3?
Yeah, 6-3. Thursday night football. That happened. It actually happened.
That's why I don't watch the fucking NFL like that no more.
The Bengals outlast the Niners 30-4. Oh, is that right?
No, the Bengals played the Broncos.
Broncos. I don't know why I put the Niners in there, but I knew something was wrong there. Bengals outlast the Broncos 30-24 in overtime. The Bills blow out the Jets 40-14. Bucks destroy the Panthers 48-14 to take control of the NFC South. Saquon he breaks the 2,000-yard mark when the Eagles dominated the Cowboys 41-7. The Vikings survived the Packers' comeback attempt in a 27-25 game. And the Falcons shit the bed against the Commanders 30-24. Overtime loss. Raheem Morris cannot control the clock. And D. Alfred is a
Absolutely
burnt
shit
fucking
the bed.
toast. Can't guard a stop sign or a parked car. But once we get that traffic cone out of the secondary, I hope the Falcons will get better. But yeah, we now have to depend, and I'm gonna make this quick too. We now have to depend on our rival, who's trying to tank, by the way. Our rival beating the Buccaneers last week, the Saints. We got to depend on the Saints, the tanking Saints, to beat the Buccaneers to get us into the playoff by way of division crown. But that is the end of this episode. That's not happening. But
I'll
that is
be
the end
honest,
of this
say the Saints
episode.
will be damned. The Saints will be damned if they let y'all make them playoffs.
Oh,
They
man.
might sit everybody.
They might put the taking team out there. Shit.
They might have me out there playing D tackle, man.
Right, shit. They might put my ass a running back
Oh,
for
man.
Allen.
Hey, if y'all want to see me and Nick on the field, man, tune in to the Saints game this Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. I tell you, man. Be the best running back in the fucking league. Saquon who, bitch?
Oh, bro,
Saquon who? But yeah, that's going to do it for us right here. Sorry we could not get into too much detail on the NFL, but time constraints and, yeah, things have just came up. But at the end of the day, stay dirty, stay dangerous.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all support, and
Yes,
also
always.
be sure to drop a sub. Got more content coming out soon. I promise. I promise I'll upload all the shit on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I do need to catch up on that. I will do it. I promise. But till then, stay dirty, stay dangerous.
Tune in Wednesday night for immediate CFP reactions? Question mark.
Hey, if you free, shit.
Oh, I'm gonna be free because my team gonna be to whoop some ass. I'm gonna have a cigar smoke going with my little whiskey glass. I'm gonna be free and unsober, happy as hell.
This nigga gonna check himself into work after they lose. They gonna lose. He gonna ask him, please, God, please get a shift, please. I gotta distract myself, please.
Nah, man, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be free. I'm gonna be in the paint because my team will reign victorious. So, Dirty South immediate reactions Wednesday night, man. Y'all make sure to check us out there.
Yes, sir. But yep. Appreciate y'all support. We out.
Yeah.
In the aftermath, I'm always gonna get that text asking me what we is. Like, baby, go get some rest, cause darling, I don't wish you well. When you ain't with me, I need you sick to your stomach, it can't stand on your feet. I know it's wrong, but I just gotta be honest.